Now, more sunshine and cooler temperatures are on the way. All of that happens after tonight's cold front. Hey, everyone, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center, and today it was pretty pleasant after a cold start. But tonight's system brings a shift in our weather pattern. So let's take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast. We're going to start off with what's happening right here, right now, talk about the changes that are expected through the next few days, and then really run down what those impacts are going to be from tonight's cold front, the cooling on the backside of this system, and the warm up that's expected through the rest of this week. And right here, right now, just as the sun is getting ready to set, we have a mixture of clouds and some sun shining through those clouds. And that's because a warm front is just offshore. This is the warm front that brings us scattered showers across the high desert tonight. We can already see some of those showers on the other side of the Cascades and through the northern mountains of northern Oregon. Cascades of northern Oregon. There you go. And winds are actually getting breezy along the coastline as this cold front begins to make landfall. But the actual system is still a little further out over the Pacific Ocean. We have an included front from that low all the way to our cold front. Now, one thing that we are noticing is that through the Tri-County area, we have just a light breeze. But notice those white lines. Those lines are what we call isobars, or constant lines of pressure, equal lines of pressure. And when they start to stack up really tightly close next to each other, that's indicative of just strong winds. And we have strong winds with this system that is staying out over the Gulf of Alaska here through the overnight hours. It's not until tomorrow that makes landfall. But even further out over the Pacific Ocean, there's a ridge of high pressure. This high is actually going to expand in between two different low pressure systems, slowing down the next one until Saturday. But even at that, we have a double barrel low that's sitting over the Aleutian Islands and northern Pacific Ocean. Those two are going to merge together as we go forward. So let's talk about tonight. I'm going to go ahead and reset this graphic. Overnight is when we're looking at this chance of some showers. Now, by 7 o'clock, it's still dry. Fast forward, and what we're seeing is that through the overnight hours during the AM, that's when showers are expected. By 7 a.m., still a few lingering showers. Roads are going to be damp. Notice, not much blue, not even through the Cascades. And so those snow levels are going to be high enough that we could see some snow at elevation, but even through the passes, it's going to be rain, just meaning that we're going to be melting some of that base layer. By noon, a few sprinkles fizzle out, and then we get our clearing. So when it comes to relative humidity, we're ranging in that moderate range, dry to moderate across the Tri-County area. And through the next couple of nights, after tonight's cold front, we're expecting the potential of some areas of fog. When temperatures get below freezing, that could become freezing fog as well. Temperatures in the last 24 hours topped out in the 60s with some 50s on the map, and the cooler area was over Jefferson County. Right now, there's still the cool spot in Madras is 50 degrees, 51 in Sisters, 59 in Warm Springs, and 60s through other parts of the Tri-County area until you get over towards Paulina, 58, and down to Sun River, 57. But that still represents a 4 to 18 degree bump in temperatures in just the last 24 hours. Now tonight we're falling back to through the 40s into the 30s. Then tomorrow we're topping out in the 50s. So not much range as far as how far our temperatures are going to go. And this is because of that cold front pushing through, and the cloud cover tonight keeps us from getting as cold as we normally would. Then through the day tomorrow, a ridge of high pressure is building over the region, but we still have that colder air mass to contend with, and that's why we're not warming up too much. Highs in the 50s with a few 60s across the high desert. By Thursday, that high pressure starts to flatten a little bit more of a zonal flow, but it starts to rebuild by the time we get to Friday. And Friday's when we're actually looking at our next bump in temperatures with highs back into the 60s and some 50s. Still dry, still no rain until we get closer to the weekend. And so how this looks is roller coaster temperatures are expected. The cool down starts tomorrow, continues to Thursday. By Friday, still dry. That next round of showers holds off until we get Saturday. And also, don't forget, Saturday is when daylight saving time ends, so we fall back on those clocks. Between now and Friday at 11 p.m., some showers are expected, and these showers are mostly going to be because of this cold front that's rolling through during the overnight hours. Scattered showers, not everybody getting wet. Then clearing tomorrow, mostly sunny by noon, tons of sunshine by 4 and 5 p.m. And then through the day on Thursday, in and out cover is expected. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy at times. Not bad at all. Same thing on Friday. And then as we go forward, we don't even start to see a chance of rain until noon on Saturday. And then that front rolls through. So when we go ahead and look at the extended forecast model, the one that's not as high resolution but goes a lot further, we see that rain starts to roll through Saturday evening and Saturday night. Then we're back to more sunshine by Sunday and Monday, even Tuesday. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy as another front starts to advance towards us. So between now and 10 a.m. Wednesday, those showers are expected from tonight. Not everybody getting wet, but by Monday at 10 p.m. after this weekend showers, most of us will have at least gotten some sprinkles. So our winds haven't been too strong, but gusts as high as 22 miles per hour out of the south. Through the overnight hours, we stay at a light breeze. It's going to be breezy at times. That's because of our incoming cold front. And then going forward through the day tomorrow, back down to a light breeze on the backside of that system. So still breezy at times through the day. Wednesday, Thursday, not too impressive either. And ultimately tonight, we're falling back through the 40s, reaching into the 30s. Some of us get close to freezing and below freezing, just not staying there for too long. And then by Wednesday, 50s, a few 60s possible. We start off with clouds. We get that sunshine by the midday and afternoon hours. And your 7-day planner shows that the cooling trend continues through Thursday. This is when we're getting those in and out clouds. And then by Friday, even during trick-or-treating times, roughly 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., we're still mostly going to be dry. Keep an eye on this because later on we could see that cold front speed up a little bit. At this point, it doesn't look too likely. It looks like mostly AM hours through Saturday going into Sunday that we have this chance of showers as that system fizzles out. We fall back the clock Saturday night, and then another warming trend brings us further into the 60s by this time next week. So just a quick recap for you, your weather headlines for Tuesday, October 28th. A weak cold front is expected tonight. Colder nights and cool days are ahead, and that second system is lined up for the weekend. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News with the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast. See you then.